Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Funky Marketing Podcast. Actually, the Funky Marketing Show within the Funky Marketing Podcast. When me and my good friend and co-worker Ivan or Toci, we all like to call him Toci, are discussing about the latest marketing business trend and some movements that we are seeing. Toci, how are you today?
Well, nice. You can see my new haircut, and I don't know. Instantly, I feel much better. So,
Yeah. For those that are just listening, Totsi's got a new haircut.
and I look younger. That's essential.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look younger. I mean, to keep up
In,
with us youngsters.
in my age, it's very important. I know.
Now we can do a poll. Like for those listening, how old do you think Totsi is?
Yes, that would be very interesting.
Yeah, that's a good thing. If you have any idea, drop us in the chat just so we know that you are seeing us and that you are thinking about his age.
And be
Uh,
gentle. I'm very sensitive. So,
yeah, sensitive guy. But Totsi, tell me one thing before we dive into the business and marketing topics. What's the last song that you were listening?
well, I'm really not sure. You get me unprepared for this. I don't know. Usually when I'm working, I love to listen some funky playlist just to hear some like nice background music, and I really don't get attention like what I'm exactly listening at the moment right now. So I really have no idea. You?
Okay.
Can you
Uh,
recommend something?
yeah, I was listening to some music that will lift me up. So the last one was Dropkick Murphys, Rose
Nice.
Tattoo, and before
Respect,
that,
respect.
before that was Boys Are Back and They're Looking for Trouble.
Nice.
Yeah, so guys, if you can recommend us any song, feel free to do it as well. Today is the day when I'm asking all of you some questions every 2 or 3 minutes. Branka is saying funky playlist, funky marketing. That's nice. Actually, if you go to the Funky Marketing channel on YouTube, you will find in favorites the playlist. I think it has around 900 and something songs where you will find a lot of interesting songs, artists, and you will see how crazy we are when we are listening to it because it goes in so many directions.
Maybe we can make few separate ones. For example, one for content creation, one for distribution, one for I don't know,
No,
preparing in the right mood for talking with clients or customers, stuff like that.
you know how they say playlists are important for the SEO. So yes.
Yeah. So you guys
Okay.
love the lists.
Yeah, let's get back to business. So you had some interesting stat for us as a conversation starter today about people trusting a brand uh,
Yeah.
when executives are posting on LinkedIn, right?
Yes, like 70% of people trust a brand or company whose senior executive are actively posting on LinkedIn. And I don't know, it's like really interesting stunt. And I would love to go a little bit deeper and talk about that. And because we are not seeing this as we would love to see. And I always love to ask yourself and other people questions why it's not happening. What do you think as an SEO company and from your experience working with similar brands? And how to avoid that, how to improve that.
And then when you ask younger people, I think we need to distinguish
Yeah,
and separate those
that's
two groups. Younger founders younger CEOs, younger people leading the companies are aware what they can get out of being present, not on all channels, but at least one channel. And the people in age who are on leading the companies for, I don't know, 15, 20, 25, even 30 years. They came from the different times, and even though they are understanding that they need to be present on social media as a company, as a brand, they have different understanding of what they should do as the CEO, and they don't see the way they can materialize being present over there and being you know daily on social media. So will they ever understand it? No idea. I doubt it. So I think we will have to keep talking about it, and just wait till somebody younger takes over. I mean, some people aren't changing at all, and we need to understand that. So we cannot change them, and they need to work in a different way, in a different direction. What's bad here is that those older CEOs has the most experience and knowledge, and their advice and their leadership and their experience is something that all of us younger founders, CEOs need to kind of elevate and get faster to the next level, because like we are bringing the change, the new energy and everything. They have the experience because they have been there. They have seen through the history how the companies are changing, how businesses are changing, how different things are affecting businesses, and by not sharing that, they are not helping the whole market and the industry to move forward faster.
That's true. That's true. And I want to put like two additional things. The first one, I mean, you have like chief vision officer in your title, and I I really think it's a nice message to everyone. And the second thing, when you look at like this older founders you mentioned before, is there in your opinion some difference, is like founder from sales marketing background or from tech background or even from finance sector? Is there like any difference? For example, like older founder who is a developer, is he like closer to latest trends or something like that? Did you notice some patterns or something from your experience working with them?
Yeah, it all depends. It might affect the way they think about it, or it won't affect them. It all depends. It all depends also on the size of the company, of their free time. I mean, I always like to go back to the example that we have here in Serbia, where we have the CEO on one of the biggest corporations. So it's not only one company; it's a couple of companies, the group of companies, and he's active on LinkedIn. And people were doubtful if it was him who is posting.
Yeah.
We are sure that he doesn't have time to do it. So one day he records a video when it's a short video, 1 minute, when he tells them, of course it's me. Like, as the CEO, I'm here to set up the vision and the strategy and to lead the company specific directions. I choose the people who can then lead those departments, those companies within the group, and implement all of that. I'm just here to make sure that they are going in the right directions. And uh, besides that, my time goes to thinking. I spend my time thinking, and why wouldn't I express at least one of those thoughts per day or per week on LinkedIn? Uh, and also, one thing that is important to think about is that this is communicating with your clients or customers. using just one channel where they are and talking to them daily. Now, if the CEO or the founder is somebody who has been doing that before, is aware about the importance of the personal brand and those kind of things, they will be active even when they become founders, when they get out of their previous roles, or when they become the CEO, those kind of things. If they didn't do it before, it's hard to understand, but it's possible. And it's always the job of the marketing department, of the marketing leader, to explain them that to the CEO and to educate him or her about that. So that's also the part of the marketing, to educate inside the company, in like marketing inside the company is as important as marketing outside of the company, because if you don't educate your people, your CEO, about specific things they need to do, if you don't sell the products or the services to your employees, so how would you sell it to somebody else outside of it? And a lot of companies forget about that aspect. So this is something to think about. And yeah, I think it depends a lot on the background and of understanding the whole scope of the business, the industry, where everything is going. It all gets into the equation of why should somebody be active.
I mean, I completely agree with you on that. And I mean, in the end, it's all about founder's vision and company culture. Because if these two are not aligned, we will have problems sooner or later. And the second thing we discussed a little bit earlier today, and I don't know. I made one interesting poll just to see how people will react on different possible combinations, founder and co-founder for B2B SaaS businesses. And I don't know. It was like interesting to see that people love to see a developer and a hustler. I mean, someone with marketing and sales background together as a combination of founder and co-founder, and usually people find it as a good combo. And I don't know, another interesting thing I would love to discuss with you in more details. Like, I mean, it's 2021. Is there a seat on founder's table for a designer?
No. No, definitely not. I don't. I In any scenario, I don't see designer on the.
I mean, like, really, guys, like, no offense, but we will outsource that in the early beginning.
I mean, if the CEO is designer or somebody else has designer background, or the company is a design company, then okay, then it makes sense. But just a designer, somebody who is doing design, why would it's not a department even?
Yes.
So it's under the marketing, and I mean, I think it's something that I wouldn't even go into discussing. But it's like CEOs being active and who's affecting those decisions and who's over there. I think those are all important points. I mean, let's compare things. If you check Twitter, especially Serbian time at night, so US time afternoon or evenings, you can see a bunch of founders, investors, marketers, entrepreneurs just sharing their journey,
And they're really active, like all the time.
sharing their pains. People are really open, going ahead. There is even a marketing Twitter community, and I personally learned a lot from those people, because if you look at now, it's controversial to use an example of the Basecamp boys, but if we look at them, they just do different PR stunts on Twitter and just do the Twitter takeovers and polarize people and get the free promotion for their business. I mean, the recent things that happened obviously gave them the bad picture in public, but I mean, they are good examples of the owners taking over the social media and being the voice of the company. Also, I don't know who's there. Like Piplaya is a great example. He's like aware that personal profile is one of the channels, maybe the most important channel for the company, for the startup, no matter what the size of it is. Also, Dave Gerhardt had, I remember, a tweet when he said that that founders social media profile is probably the best channel for doing marketing for the company. And it is because the founder is the one who is carrying the story of the company, the culture, the vision, and everything. And or we can call it the CEO. It all depends how it goes. But leaders of the company are the ones who need to lead the way. So often I see the situation when they don't want to be involved. Okay, they want to hire somebody who will teach their team how to do it. But if they can stay out of it, well, you can't. You just cannot stay out of it because you need to be active and be the voice. Because if you don't stand out, it means that first of all, you are not communicating with your clients or customers. You're just communicating through them, through your team. So what they tell you, you don't have the direct access to them, and by doing that, you don't have a clear picture. You need to have a clear picture yourself of what you should be doing and when you should be taking the company, how people are reacting to what you do. I always remember a good example of Salesforce CEO who is jumping into the webinars, jumping into not only for his company but also other companies that he's invested in. He's jumping into the webinars, into the lives, on the emails, and asking questions. Does this really work? Is somebody reacting to it? Like, why are we doing this? He wants to be updated about all those things, and no matter what the channel is, you need to do it too. You don't need to do it all the time, but every couple of days, and it can be something that's planned. Let's get into that point as well. Dotzi, what do you think? How can CEOs invest less time, but in being present, but still, being able to transfer their voice, even through somebody who is like maybe helping him with um, coming up with posts, with copy, with everything. There are people from different backgrounds. So some are developers, some are from business, some are from finance, from different perspectives. Not everybody are good at writing social media posts. So
Probably podcast is the best solution because people will gain additional trust points when they actually feel the energy, and it's easier for, I don't know, for founder to put like all your different type of stories, success stories, emotion, failure stories, all like things they weren't so sure in the past, all their decisions, and they can put like really nice stories, more or less easy, and they can use all this content to produce like additional content, to cut it in some shorter pieces, to make additional posts from podcast episodes, to make additional content for Twitter. I mean, in few hours, and imagine doing this for, I don't know, two founders, two guest founders, and they can do like additional cross distribution between all different channels. And literally, they can go wild. And I don't know, imagine like three founders sharing their stories with the huge companies behind them and all their people involved in the posts. I mean, it's viral for sure for every single piece of content they will put out there.
One thing sticks with me, like CEOs going wild. That's a great example, and sounds like they're doing crazy things. But it's not only about podcast. Podcast is good because like the leader of the company can interview other leaders and get insights. But also like if he wants to do just posts or those kind of things, a good example is that he can just talk with somebody from his team or from his agency on a weekly level and just share their thoughts maybe on some things that are going on in the world, in the industry, some things he's working on, some things he or she think it's important for the company. And they can be recorded, transcribed, and somebody from their team can help them like kind of get the pieces into different posts. And he's checking them out. It's his tone of voice, it's his words, so there's no like gap in between. And I think it can work great. And it's a simple thing, one simple thing. It doesn't take much time. It takes 15 minutes, uh, even a month,
Even
not
a month
not
is okay.
not a week. So um, and especially if he's thinking about it and he knows that they are going to do it, then he or she, they will know kind of that they need to come up with some things for that, and it will keep repeating in their mind and everything, and they will come up with that. So it's an interesting topic, and there are a lot of gains of that. What I want to talk about and to mention is what happens if they don't post. I always like to get into the situation when something bad happens. Something bad happens, and the company isn't the one who has done the bad thing. They are here the winners, but the partner or the client or the company that has done something, let's call it bad, um, they are posting about it. They are active on social media and they are posting about it from their perspective. They are sharing their truth, and because they are doing it first, it becomes the truth, not their truth. It becomes the truth, and then probably you will decide, okay, you're getting pissed off, like we are the good guys but we are getting played here, and we want to come up with a social media post about it, or like the PR stand or something like that. But it's the second truth, done like that. Somebody else already stepped out. So okay, you can explain it, you can go through it, but if you are the one coming in with that first, you wouldn't even be in the situation where you need to explain yourself. So just one of the situation that I don't think many people are thinking about.
It's just difference between being reactive and proactive. So it's always better to be there first and explain your version of truth and everything. And I want to put like additional thing. For example, if you're like founder and you have like weekly, not even weekly, monthly meetings with your own crew or mid-level management, you can have like really nice way of, I don't know, two-way communication between you and them. You can have easy reverse mentorship in progress, because when you are like closer to them and you know pain points, it will be easier for you to have like a better vision of everything is going on around the business and around your company. So reverse mentorship process, especially for, I don't know, 50 plus older founders, is really, really useful because tech is changing too fast. Things are changing too fast. And if you don't have enough time, or I don't know, you are not a self-learner type of person, sooner or later you will have problems to keep everything on track, to have like all necessary info, to follow all latest trends, useful insights, stuff like that. So you will be forced to uh, or at least learn things on harder way, or to believe in someone else's perspective, for example CTO, and to form like joint vision with other people's information. And maybe that will not be the vision you have from the beginning. So from my point of view, it's better to have this type of two-way communication and reverse mentorship progress all the time, at least from time to time. So
Yeah, I mean there are so many points that we can tackle here. People, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in a chat in the comments. Let's answer some of them. But you know, it's the way the game is played today. I would just say that, and I'm not saying that every company should have their CEO, being active somewhere on social media, or try to generalize things. But overall, for majority of the company, it would give just good things. It will bring just good things. There for I mean, for small number of companies, it can give them, like a bad look or something like that. It won't happen. And also, I want to talk about to tackle a little bit the content that CEOs should post. Like a lot of them, when thinking about being active on social media, they think about like the CEOs, older CEOs, we mentioned them, they completely understand differently the game. Um, and they see the leaders of the big companies, like huge companies. That One thing is that they don't see is that those people have that amount of followers and connections because they are CEOs of the huge companies. It's not that they are doing something very good with their content. They're just CEOs of the huge companies. And because they are featured in the LinkedIn feed, in some other publications, media, in the news, they or the company, it helped them grow their account. That's it. Sometimes, the truth is that simple. In most cases, this is the situation, and those people are just sharing things from their company pages. They're sharing photos, sharing articles. I mean, let's say the most extreme stuff they're doing are two of them. First one is sharing videos that have nothing to do with their business. So if you go to the Sales Navigator and type in the CEOs of enterprise level companies, you will see that a lot of them are posting videos with, I don't know, with trucks, with cats, with nature, with dolphins, with, I don't know, some
you
videos that
you,
have,
you will be really disappointed when you check things
yeah,
they post.
some of the videos that that can be considered as viral content and that were all over the Facebook back in the days. Um, so that's one thing. And the second thing, I call it extreme because it's ridiculous and it's like being published in Forbes on and other PR articles. Um, it's funny because they have the channel with I don't know how many million followers, and they prefer that they post something which is on the Forbes articles. on the Forbes website, and those articles aren't being seen by that many people. If you are publishing Forbes, it doesn't mean that they will distribute your article to the to the millions in their auditorium. It doesn't mean that. And if you don't do the distribution, probably like only few people will see the article, unless you are like a huge company, as I said, and they will read it because of that. Because like Forbes will put you in the spot and take something out of the article for them by emphasizing you. That can happen as well. But those are the things, the way some old CEOs are doing it, and other CEOs who are just thinking about doing that, or they have companies like us from marketing suggesting them that we go into those things. um, you know they look up to those people and they say, what you are suggesting is not the right way. We should do it like these CEOs are doing. And probably, as I said, we won't convince them. And probably this will change when this that we have right now, young founder CEOs, take over their place.
And literally it will be change like basic narrative just like that, because we see like really all the time completely missed content strategy for C-level executive, even from a bigger companies, because I don't know, the one wrong thing leads to another and to another and to another, and we are seeing like C-level executive just sharing company posts, or putting, as you said, like completely unrelevant content to their followers. And I don't know, they're like missing huge opportunities here on LinkedIn, because their Forbes publication, their article probably will be seen 5K, 10K views in a good day, and they can do like 10x more just on LinkedIn, and they can do it for free every single day, even multiple time per day, because they can post in every 6 hours, and they can prepare a post, put their message on in maybe 5 to 10 minutes, or you can shoot a 1 minute video, and still it's not happening that fast. And probably we need to wait, or for them to see they're doing things wrong, but from their perspective, hey, I'm 60 years old businessman who earned millions and I'm always right. So it's literally impossible to change their views on that subject.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of the CEOs, there are a couple of them that don't want to listen. Like the CEO that has built, or the founder who has built the company and succeed for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, who are you to tell me,
Yes.
I did it for the first time? And I mean, you don't have an argument here. Or like people who have been C-level executives in the huge companies. It didn't depend on them what will happen to the company. They weren't the one who has been gone through all those things. Or in other way, the ones who are older generation, but the ones who still have everybody in the company depending on them. I don't know why. And those three personas, let's call them like that, aren't mutually connected, but it's just the cases that I'm seeing. And it's usually the ego team, the ego game, or not having a great marketing team, or not having the great marketing leader in the company that can affect their decision and their thinking. Those are all the reasons why this is happening.
And that's I mean that's the question of integrity for their marketing team, because if you are like marketer from, I don't know, different background, and you are like A class player, Your job is to convince your C-level executives why some things is good for the company and for the business and why some things are not. But people will, I don't know, try to go an easier way and hey, our CEO is he's wanted to do this same old way and we are doing it, no further questions. I mean, come on, if you are marketer with some integrity, you need to draw the line and say, hey, it's not good, let's try other way, let's try to test things. And I don't know, people are somehow still afraid. I at least I think people are still afraid to do something. Maybe they lack integrity. They are afraid for their own jobs, but it can hurt industry. It can hurt company. It can hurt them as a professionals in long term run. So I'm still not sure what is like primary motivation for not doing things the right way.
Well, I'll tell you, because marketers like to have it comfortable, to do some events, to not be responsible for the revenue, for
That's crucial. That's crucial,
their
probably.
part of the pipeline. They just want to live like the comfy life, and we respond with leads, we do the events, we do
We
just
do
the
some
fancy
awareness.
we do the fancy stuff, those kind of things. But to your point, if they try to explain these things and to educate the CEO or the C-level executives and the company, and they don't succeed, even if they are doing that on the side and showing them the results, then basically what can they do? They can go out to the company as soon as possible and do that on their own, or do that in some other company when the CEO understands marketing. So it's important that the CEO understands marketing. That's, I think, crucial for somebody who wants to do specific things, innovate in a marketing position.
Especially in some highly competitive surroundings like B2B, like SaaS, everything like tech related. I mean, it's must have. If you are not understand marketing in this business surrounding, hey, maybe you are in the wrong business, and I don't know, and maybe you're still here by pure luck, or you had like luck before, and I don't know. In my opinion, it's must have now.
Yeah, our friend Gaetano, he had a post last night or this morning. I saw it this morning. That says he's seeing so many bad companies and he's wondering how they are still in business. I'm wondering the same, even about the companies that are successful, because we are, seeing what's inside, and seeing that, there are a lot of things that needs to be changed. And it's interesting perspective. All these things are kind of really really interesting, because nothing is black and white, and all the situations are different. Every company is different, and I mean, we are talking about some things from our experience, but to be honest, uh, there isn't one thing that will work for every single company in every single case. That's why the strategy, the analytics, the analysis, it's important. And those kind of things. CEOs were supposed to be the people that know their company the best, or the founders. But sometimes it's the case, sometimes it isn't. They may know some things that are important for the business, but they don't know the way they can get to it, or they don't have the right personnel to do it, or they don't have the right data, so they can see actually what's working, what's not. Those kind of things. And I think that should be one of the topics that we can talk about on this funky marketing show further and get deeper. But do you have anything else to say related to today's topics? I think we went really really deep on some things, and I mean, it's always good to talk about the things that you are doing. Our friend Marty Sanchez is also the company, and he has the agency Influence Podium that is doing, personal branding for B2B CEOs. And one thing that he tells me that he is always working when he creates the posts, not only for him but for his clients, and when they name the industry, the company, and or the persona that they are going after in the first line of the post. So they are posting and they're naming them. Our posts, my posts as a CEO, are for you guys. You are our clients, you are our potential clients, no matter who you are. My posts are for you. I'm sharing this to help you get better in something. That's it. Or I'm sharing something for my team so they can read it and they can understand the way I'm thinking. Like, it has so many different points of view, what you can talk about, what you can express, how you can lead actually through that channel.
What can I say?
Happy end of the week. Yeah, it was interesting today. We had a big audience. Thank you everybody who was listening.
Thank you.
We do this. We record this live on restreams, or we are streaming on different platforms, like on LinkedIn, on Facebook, in our Facebook group Funky Marketing. Feel free to join in if you aren't there yet. Also on Twitter, on Twitch. From today, I just made the account. Why not? We stopped streaming on Facebook page because, like, the reach and the views over there are lower than zero, so nobody's seeing those things. So we won't do it there. We also stream live on LinkedIn. But I want to invite you to follow us. All the episodes are being distributed on all the podcast streaming platforms. So if you like Anchor or Spotify or Apple or Google or any other platforms, we're there as Funky Marketing Podcast. Also on YouTube, you can follow Funky Marketing channel. You will find a playlist with Funky Marketing Podcast over there. You can follow our page because the whole podcast and everything is powered by Funky Marketing Company. And if you have any question for us, feel free to drop us a message anytime, no matter where you are listening to this. Totsi, anything you would like to say for the end?
I just want to announce that probably we will next week talk more about classical CMO's pain points. You already mentioned few things, so probably next week we will go in more details and talk about how things looks like from chief marketing officer's perspective, what are like good things, what are like bad things, and what are like the most painful from their perspective. So be prepared, and as Nemanja said, if you have like any additional questions, feel free to send us a message, like anytime on any channel you can find us.
Yeah, I think we need to give them the answer from the start. Like, how old are you? We didn't answer that.
And be prepared, people. I will be in, I don't know, 3 days, 45 years old. Yes, that's true. I'm that old.
Yeah, I think we need to tell them that the next week it will be the birthday episode, because both of us are born on the same day. So that's kind of an interesting development. I'm 37, so we're gonna have like a birthday celebration thing, maybe. But I mean, take some time and join us next Thursday, 3 p.m. Central European time. Get yourself a bottle of wine or a glass of wine. If you don't want to go with a bottle, get yourself.
Bottle is okay. Bottle is okay.
Get yourself a beer, and let's celebrate all together while talking about the problems CMOs are having these days. Bye bye, guys. Keep it funky.